Again, folks and fellow investors, as we continue looking at February, we're going to see more and more is revealed in what this index has shown. This is the best stock index that I know of in the market. I mean, you go to Kramer's or some of these other pundits, they go over like the VIX, the volumes, and a few other things. But this indicator brings it all to light. You don't have to wait for them and try to figure out one sector of the market. This brings out the whole sector because why? It tracks the whole market. It tracks all of NASDAQ right now. And of course, we're planning on bringing out, by the time it's released, we'll also have the New York Stock Exchange. So this, like I said, this is just a review of more of February. And we're going to bring up more charts on February. We're going to bring up the volume charts and a few others I think might really reveal, I'm using reveal a lot, really show what the market's going to do. So let's continue on and let's hope for the best. Again, folks and fellow investors, as we continue looking at February, we're going to see more and more is revealed in what this index has shown. This is the best stock index that I know of in the market. I mean, you go to Kramer's or some of these other pundits, they go over like the VIX, the volumes, and a few other things. But this indicator brings it all to light. You don't have to wait for them and try to figure out one sector of the market. This brings out the whole sector because why? It tracks the whole market. It tracks all of NASDAQ right now. And of course, we're planning on bringing out, by the time it's released, we'll also have the New York Stock Exchange. So this, like I said, this is just a review of more of February. And we're going to bring up more charts on February. We're going to bring up the volume charts and a few others I think might really reveal, I'm using reveal a lot, really show what the market's going to do. So let's continue on and let's hope for the best. And hello YouTube and the rest of us stock investors. As we can see from the first video of March, this is a very interesting one, and this is the advanced decline chart. Well, you notice we went over the pattern, so we're going to add another chart. We're going to add the volume chart to see exactly what this chart's doing. I would have brought up different patterns from the charts, from different patterns like the Dow and the NASDAQ index and all that, but they don't reveal a whole lot. So I'm going to leave that up to you when you get this database. If you want to go into that and look at it, it doesn't reveal a whole lot. I need to really probably bring more forward, and that means I need to chart March instead of just February, and I'll be doing that by the end of this week. And we're going to bring March forward to see more precise what the market's doing. But what I'm really going to show you what the volume indicator has revealed, and as I found out that February is a very tough month. I mean, there wasn't a lot of momentum in February, and that momentum is always found in the volume. So we're going to bring a volume, and I'm going to bring up a volume chart for you. So let's go back to our sheet information on the sheet. As you can see, this is the basic information. We're going to see what the volume is going to do, and to do that, we just select the volume row. We go up to our charting format. Stacked, it's not really stacked, but there we go. We can use just a regular bar chart because we only got one section, only the volume section. So it's a stack chart should be fine. So we'll go to next, and that's what it's going to look like. And it gives up the proper row, and I'm going to go next, and that's what we're going to do, the volume next. I could insert the date on it, the date here, but we're just looking at generally, because it's February, the indication where March has gone, and we're going to put that on sheet 2 too, because we want to compare it to our original chart. Of course, that was the advance and decline chart. So we'll hit finish, and there it is. Let's move it over a little bit so we can see it more. Let's expand it. Make it a little bit bigger. We don't have to make it too much bigger. So anyway, this is the volume chart. And from the beginning of March, and that was actually like the 3rd or 4th, something like that, to the end of March, it was just the 1st of, or beginning of February, and the 1st of March was the last one. You can see the volume has just decreased by what? It's only 14. It rounded it out because it's very adding all those numbers, but it started at 16, and now we're at probably 14.5, probably the lower part of 14. Yeah, look at that, lower part of 14. That's what's that? A million here, right? Yeah, a million. Oh, that's 100,000. We got to times that by 1,000 now. So that's a million, 10 million, 160 million, all the way down to 140 million. That's well, that's a 200 million drop, or 20 million, something like that. Yeah, 200 million drop. Wow, that's a lot of difference from the volume. Look, this is what the a good indicator or a good index will show you. Great charts, great way of looking at. Well, how come I'm not making no money? Look, I'm up, I'm down, I'm up, I'm down. And if I guess I will go into comparative, see what we can find here, just because I think it'd be kind of interesting. But there you go. I wonder what else we could track. Means, well, why don't we do means? Why don't we do means, huh? It's easy to chart, right? Let's see what means shows us. Means is the mid price of all the stocks added together, and you take the means of that, and that's the average of all the stocks tracked together. And we're going to find that's going down too. Look at means. That's really come down. It's flattened out. So there's looks like a bottom right there. Looks like we have a bottom here at around 33. It started at 37. These are all the stocks being tracked on the market. Since we're having fun, let's bring up another one. Totals. This is the totals, right? 42, right there. This is the totals of all the stocks put together. Let's track another one. This is so amazing. I mean, look what you could do with this index. We could just keep, of course we did advance and decline and all that, but it's just so much fun. It's so much about the market. It's amazing. Everybody should have this. I'm not saying it because I think it's true. It's just that everybody should have it. And we're going to put on sheet 2 and finish. And the total, hey, look at that. That's nice to see. That really is nice to see. It shows me that the market, the total stocks, hasn't fluctuated that much. I mean, they're really maintain a pretty good, of course, I'd like to see them over 45,000. But I mean, at 40,000, we're still holding on pretty good. When you get that much lower than that, you should be more concerned. Well, look at that one stock just recently. It's under 40,000, but it came back up. So that means we're not losing a lot of stocks. Not losing a lot to, well, the 5,000 group. Well, let's look at 5,000. Why not? We'll just keep on going. It's just, I mean, look how quick it is. These are the under 5,000. Look how quick it is to see where the stock's going. Again, we're just doing this. Next, next, next. Let's put it on 3. I can put it on 3, sheet 3. Just you know. And there you go. These are the stocks that have thinly traded. I don't count these stocks. These under 5,000. I don't count these stocks in the main groupings because I don't want to bastardize the the what you call it, the totals and the averages too much. I want to keep these stocks separate because, you know, like I said, they're just thinly traded. I mean, these are under 5,000. These are the stocks that usually, you know, they drop down into the pennies, and then with like they're thinly traded, uh, what you call it, they end up going to OTC. Once in the OTC, they're in the bottomless pit. It's a pit over there. It's not worth trading. There's no market, no volatility, no volume. It's just, you know, every stock you see at the OTC. I mean, I can find them, but there's so much noise. There's so many different times that, you know, you're saying, oh, this should be good, and it doesn't pan out. There's so many false positives, if I can say that, that, you know, and then the ones you do, the ones that do run, boom, they run in one day, boom, they crash the next day. It's a 1 day run. I mean, if there was a 3 day run, okay, that means you have a, well, actually it'd be multiple, because you'd have a little table as it is, and that would be a group of stocks. It could be 10, 15, it could be up 50, you know what I mean, that reach the table, and they're, you know, going flat. They're pretty much flat. But then if it's a 3 day run, they pop up above that table. Now I can catch that. I can catch a pop, right? And the second day is the second pop. That's a confirmation. They're easy to catch, a 3 day run. And then finally the third day, fourth day, boom, there they go. But I mean, they don't do that. They do a barely pop. A barely pop. That's my first day. And there's so many false positives of these barely pops. Usually you need that second day to confirm the first day. They don't give you that. After the first day barely pop, boom, they run. What are you going to do? You can't catch a run because, you know, the first 10, 15 minutes, they're all the way up. It's, you know, I'm sorry, but I shouldn't go that far into OTC, but I did. And, well, that's it. I can't track no more. I mean, we charted everything we could, and we seen the results. And the results were mishmash for February. So, yeah, what's it called? March does look better, much better. So we're going to go into March by the end of the weekend. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. And FA.